Good morning and welcome to On the Sport News right here on Zimbabwe Daily. My name is Yvonne Muchaka and let's take a look at the news making the headlines. Police confirm accident involving Passion Java's entourage. Government hiding behind Ukraine-Russia war unleashed. Civil servants give 2-week strike notice. Army speaks on letter which is circulating on social media. Zim's human rights record examined. Brace for more cuts. Zesa. And in sport news, Strive Masiwa set to buy Supersport United and Nakamba joins Villa pre-season camp. And now for the news in detail. The Zimbabwe Republic Police has confirmed the accident that happened along Seka Road, which allegedly involved Passion Java's entourage. A female pregnant pedestrian died on the spot after being hit by the speeding vehicles. Prophet Passion Java has denied rumors of him being the reckless driver. However, blames his driver, who is said to have been going to the airport to pick him up. In his statement, the self-pronounced prophet sent his condolences to the family and confirmed the unfortunate incident. Government has been accused of using the Russian invasion of Ukraine as a scapegoat for its failure to manage the country's ailing economy. On Monday, Women's Affairs, Small and Media Enterprises Minister Stem Sonyoni said the economic challenges that the country is facing were due to decline in the global supplies of goods. Nyoni was addressing delegates at the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Day in Harare. The country is currently experiencing a sharp increase in prices of basic commodities, especially cooking oil, milling meal, and bread, which are also fast disappearing from shop shelves. Vince Musewe, an economist, said while the Ukraine-Russian war has contributed to price increases across the globe, the government was not being honest to entirely blame events in Europe to Zimbabwe's economic decay. Civil servants yesterday gave the government a 2-week ultimatum to address their salary grievances or face a crippling strike likely to paralyze public services, especially the health and education sectors. Public sector workers have been demanding to be paid in United States dollars, citing continued depreciation of the local currency and high inflation, which rose to 191.7% in June. Workers say they are being forced to source for United States dollars from the power market to pay rentals and other expenses that are now being charged in foreign currency, while the government is insisting on paying them in local currency. The Zimbabwe National Army has disowned a fake letter circulating on social media platforms purported to have been written by Commander ZNA Lieutenant General David Zigauke, alleging that JB Family Electronics, a company operating illegally in Bari, was an event sponsor and donor. In a statement yesterday, ZNA spokesperson Colonel Alpheus Makotore said the letter was malicious, reckless, and irresponsible. Colonel Makotore said the letter was aimed at causing despondency and that ZNA was working to bring the perpetrators to book and face the full wrath of the law. Zimbabwe has so far adopted 168 out of 264 human rights recommendations by the United Nations Human Rights Council fifth session. This was said by Justice Minister Ziyambi at the United Nations Human Rights Council 50th session in Geneva, Switzerland last Friday. Ziyambi presented a universal periodic review paper where he called for unconditional removal of sanctions imposed on the country by the West, saying they were unjust. Ziyambi said the sanctions severely hampered the country's economic development. Government yesterday warned of more power cuts due to the increase in the demand for electricity during the winter season. The country is already facing a power deficit while the power utility ZESA is owed billions in unpaid debts by citizens. State-owned parastatals and enterprises, government departments, and local authorities. Information Minister Monica Mtangwa noted that there would be an increase in the economic activities especially agriculture, the mining sector, as well as the manufacturing sector. Hence, consumers who use above a certain threshold would be charged higher tariffs. President Emerson Mnangagwa's regime has been accused of violating the constitution by denying incarcerated opposition legislators Job Sikala and Godfrey Stole access to their legal representatives while in prison. This came after Zimbabwe Lawyers for Human Rights Director Rosalina Hanzi was on Monday denied access to see Sikala in prison even after producing her credentials as a practicing lawyer in the country. Sikala has been jailed together with Sitole and 12 other activists for allegedly inciting violence following the death of Mo Blessing Ali in Nyatsime. Ali was allegedly killed by ZANU-PF activist Pius Jamba. Amnesty International Deputy Director for Southern Africa, Mulea Mwananyanda, condemned the ill treatment of opposition detainees by the government. In other news, a prophetess has told villagers and school authorities that the reported incidents of goblin attacks at Majiji Primary School in Wubi, Matebelele North, were being caused by the spirit of a late teacher. The prophetess, Tembiso Moyo, believes the spirit tormenting the school and has forced its closure was of a male teacher who died at the same school some time ago. The school was forced to close last month after school children, female teachers, and women in nearby villages were tormented by some unnatural occurrences. Last Friday, a cleansing ceremony was conducted at the school where Moyo made the revelations. The affected teachers, parents, and villagers from surrounding areas all gathered at the school for the ceremony. We take a look at entertainment news. Score Energy Drink Ambassador Dweezy Boy Wonder to promote brand in Zim. Rapper Dylan Nyambe, aka Dweez Boy Wonder, has his eyes set on bringing one of South Africa's most consumed energy drinks, Score, to Zimbabwe. The Zimbabwean born and South African based musician landed a deal to be the brand ambassador for the energy drink for Gauteng province in South Africa in April. To fulfill his ambassadorial role, Dweezy Boy Wonder is rolling out various initiatives to market the energy drink to the rest of Africa, with Zimbabwe included. And now for sport news, Zimbabwean billionaire Strive Masiwa is reportedly on the verge of buying DStv Premiership side SuperSport United. The Pretoria-based side is up for sale, and South African publication eDisc Times report that a deal for Masiwa to take over is almost complete. The deal is, however, subject to an approval by the South African Premier Soccer League. SuperSport United is owned by MultiChoice Group, and the pay television company initially wanted to sell the club's PSL status, but has now decided on a complete takeover by a buyer. Marvelous Nakamba and his Aston Villa teammates started the preseason campaign this week. Nakamba returned to England last week after spending his end of the season break in Zimbabwe. During this time, he oversaw the launch of his Marvelous Nakamba Foundation in Harare and was present at a youth invitational tournament that happened in Bulawayo. The Warriors midfielder joined the rest of the team at the Bodimore Health Training Center on Monday and underwent tests. The squad went out on the grass for the first pitch session on the following day. The players were put through their paces by head coach Stephen Gerrard. Villa will play their first friendly of the preseason on Saturday against the English League Two side Walsall FC. And sport news brings us to the end of our news. Now for the news in headlines. Police confirm accident involving Passion Java's entourage. Government hiding behind Ukraine-Russia war. Civil servants give 2-week strike notice. Army speaks on letter which is circulating on social media. Zim's human rights record examined, and we must brace for more cuts. And in sports news, Strive Masiwa set to buy SuperSport United, and Nakamba joins Villa pre-season camp. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin. Thank you so much for tuning in right here on Zimbabwe Daily.